Listen carefully. You are not tired because you lack discipline. You are not behind because you lack ambition. You are exhausted because you have been moving against a clock that was never designed for your spirit. There is a rhythm above you, a living schedule written in light, and most people never learn to read it. So they push, they grind, they force effort into the wrong hours and call the resistance life. You feel it, don't you? Some mornings your mind is sharp and decisive. Other days the same task feels like dragging your body through sand. You sit at the desk, you try to focus, but something invisible resists you, and you quietly wonder, why does this feel harder than it should? Not laziness, not fate, timing. You have been trained to obey a mechanical schedule. 9 to 5, fixed blocks, uniform hours, industrial time. But the universe does not move in uniform blocks. It breathes, it expands and contracts. It rises and descends like a tide of intelligence. Every day is not the same energetic landscape. Every hour is not equal. Some hours sharpen your will. Some dissolve your focus. Some amplify your voice. Some demand silence. Yet modern life treats time as flat. And this is why you feel friction. You are trying to plant seeds in winter hours, trying to negotiate during warrior hours, trying to rest during power hours. The result? Burnout without progress, movement without momentum, effort without flow. Pause for a moment. Think about yesterday. There was a window small, almost unnoticed when things felt easier. Ideas connected faster. Conversations landed smoothly. Your energy aligned without strain. That was not random. You briefly touched a current that was already moving in your favor. The ancients understood this. Before productivity systems, before corporate calendars, before artificial lighting blurred natural cycles, there was sacred timing, a living architecture of hours ruled by planetary intelligences, the 7 traditional governors that color the quality of time itself. This is not superstition. This is pattern recognition refined across civilizations. They observed that time carries texture, tone, purpose. Just as soil differs across terrain, hours differ across the day. And when action meets the right hour, effort multiplies. This is what you have been missing. Not motivation, alignment. Right now, many of you feel like you are forcing your life forward. You push harder when results slow down. You add more effort when clarity fades. But force is not mastery. Flow is mastery. And flow comes from cooperation with the structure already in motion. The modern workday is static. The universe is dynamic. This mismatch creates silent resistance. You wake by alarm, not by rhythm. You schedule by obligation, not by energetic suitability. You treat every hour as identical, but your nervous system knows they are not. Your frustration is intelligence trying to guide you. There is a reason your sharpest thinking appears at unusual times, a reason certain conversations unfold effortlessly, a reason some deadlines spark fierce precision while others drain you. You are sensing celestial tides without having language for them. And when you lack language, you blame yourself. Listen gently. You are not failing. You are early. You are waking up to a deeper layer of coordination. The universe is not asking you to do more. It is asking you to move differently. Imagine no longer fighting your day. Imagine knowing exactly when to act, when to speak, when to plan, when to retreat. Imagine your effort landing on receptive time. This is the difference between rowing against current and turning your sail toward the wind. Same ocean, different relationship. The planetary hour system is not about mysticism for its own sake. It is applied alignment. Each day unfolds in a sequence of energetic rulership's windows, governed by archetypal forces that influence the texture of action. Some hours favor courage, some favor intellect, some favor harmony, some demand structure. When you match your task to the hour's temperament, you reduce resistance. This is not about perfection. It is about cooperation. Right now, many of you are in a phase of subtle testing. You are being shown where you overexert, where you override intuition, where you treat time as an enemy instead of an ally. This phase isn't about speed. It's about sensitivity. The universe is watching how you respond, not how fast you move. Can you notice patterns? Can you pause before pushing? Can you sense when an hour supports speech versus strategy? These small adjustments create disproportionate results because alignment compounds. You are not meant to wrestle every moment into productivity. You are meant to recognize when productivity is already present. This is the hidden advantage. The clock on your wall measures quantity. Planetary hours measure quality. One counts minutes, the other reveals momentum. And once you feel the difference, you cannot return to mechanical living. There is a quiet relief in realizing you don't need to force every door. Some doors open by timing alone, so let this settle in your body. You are allowed to work with the sky, not against it. You are allowed to choose hours that support your nature. You are allowed to flow instead of grind. Something subtle is aligning for you right now. A recalibration of effort. A refinement of timing, a gentler path to powerful output. But understanding requires structure. So in the next chapter, we move from awareness to architecture. We will calculate the living blueprint of your day. We will map cosmic timing using real sunrise and sunset. And you will see time transform from pressure into partnership. Take a steady breath. Now we move from feeling into framework. Awareness without structure creates inspiration. Structure with awareness creates transformation. You've sensed the friction. You've recognized the mismatch. Now you're ready to see the design beneath the day. Time is not a straight line. It is a rotating field. Each sunrise resets the energetic sequence. Each sunset completes a cycle of visible influence. Between those two thresholds, the day is divided into living segments called planetary hours. These hours are not fixed 60-minute blocks. They stretch and contract with the seasons, breathing with the length of daylight and night. Longer days create longer daylight hours. Longer nights deepen the nocturnal ones. This means your schedule is not mechanical. It is astronomical, and precision matters. Planetary hours are calculated from your local sunrise to sunset, then sunset to the next sunrise. 12 hours of day, 12 hours of night, each ruled in sequence by one of the 7 traditional planetary governors. This sequence has remained unchanged for centuries. It moves in a repeating order: Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Sun. Venus, Mercury, Moon, over and over, like a celestial heartbeat. The planet ruling the first hour after sunrise becomes the ruler of the entire day. This is why each weekday carries a planetary signature. Sunday carries the vitality of the sun. Monday moves with the emotional tides of the moon. Tuesday carries the assertive fire of Mars. Wednesday sharpens the mind through Mercury. Thursday expands under Jupiter. Friday softens through Venus. Saturday deepens into Saturn's discipline. You have felt these moods without naming them. Some days feel bold and visible. Some feel introspective and slow. Some demand action. Some reward planning. You were sensing planetary governance in motion. Now imagine knowing the exact energetic texture of each hour, not guessing when to push, not wondering when to speak, but aligning action with cosmic temperament. This is not superstition, it is temporal strategy. To calculate planetary hours in your location, you begin with sunrise. The moment the sun crosses the horizon is hour 1. From there, daylight is divided into 12 equal segments. After sunset, the night receives its own 12. Apps and calculators now do this instantly, translating ancient skywatching into modern precision. And in 2026, as solar patterns intensify and collective schedules grow more demanding, this accuracy becomes an advantage, because the world is getting louder, faster, more crowded with digital noise. Those who understand timing move calmly through chaos. They do not rush. They position. Each planetary governor carries a psychological and professional tone of vibration that colors what thrives within its window. Saturn hours feel structured, heavy, disciplined, excellent for deep work and serious responsibility, poor for light conversation or impulsive risk. Jupiter hours feel expansive and generous, favorable for growth decisions, teaching, pitching bold ideas, less suited for narrow, detailed tasks. Mars hours pulse with heat and drive, ideal for deadlines, assertive moves, cutting through obstacles, too sharp for delicate negotiation. Sun hours radiate visibility and authority, perfect for leadership, presentations, stepping forward publicly, less ideal for hidden or background work. Venus hours soften the atmosphere. They favor harmony, aesthetics, relationship building, creative refinement, not built for conflict. Mercury hours accelerate thought and language, powerful for writing, coding, messaging, contracts, strategy. Scattered energy if used for rest. Moon hours heighten intuition and emotional intelligence, strong for reflection, planning, caregiving, subtle creative flow, too fluid for rigid execution. Notice the pattern. Time is textured, and texture determines suitability. Right now, many of you are misplacing effort. You attempt analytical work in emotionally fluid hours. You try delicate conversations during combative windows. You push creative flow inside rigid structures. Then you blame yourself when energy resists. But resistance is guidance. You are being shown where alignment is missing. This phase is a refinement of sensitivity. Not every hour wants your ambition. Some hours want your awareness. Not every window demands production. Some invite preparation. The universe is testing discernment. Can you tell the difference between a push hour and a pause hour? between visibility time and incubation time. Those who learn this move with quiet advantage. Now we shift from general influence to professional archetypes, because your work has a signature, a temperament, a planetary affinity. Strategists, analysts, coders, negotiators, Mercury hours amplify you. Leaders, performers, executives, Sun hours elevate your presence. Entrepreneurs, visionaries, investors, Jupiter hours expand your reach. Athletes, surgeons, crisis managers, Mars hours sharpen execution. Designers, diplomats, partners, Venus hours refine connection. Researchers, editors, architects, Saturn hours reward discipline. Caregivers, artists, intuitive planners, Moon hours deepen perception. You are not random. Your strengths resonate with specific temporal currents. When your work meets its ruling hour, effort compresses. Focus stabilizes. Momentum builds without strain. This is high vibration scheduling. Not squeezing tasks into empty slots, but placing them into receptive time. And something quietly powerful happens. Confidence returns. Because friction fades, you stop second-guessing your energy. You stop forcing creativity. You stop mistaking misalignment for inadequacy. You begin to trust your rhythm. Right now, the collective is relearning cooperation with natural order. Technology accelerated productivity, but it also flattened time into sameness. Planetary hours restore dimension. They remind you that timing is intelligence. This knowledge does not demand perfection. It invites participation. Even adjusting one task per day creates noticeable flow. One aligned conversation. One well-timed work sprint. One strategically placed decision. Small corrections. Compounding results. Quiet alignment is building for you. You are learning when to step forward and when to let the hour carry you. In the next chapter, we move into direct application. You will learn how to assign specific tasks to specific planetary windows, deadlines, communication, deep work, collaboration, a living blueprint for peak performance. Now we enter the practice. This is where insight becomes leverage, where timing becomes traction, where your day stops feeling accidental and starts feeling designed. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You need to place the right actions into the right energetic containers. That's all alignment is. Placement. Imagine your day as a sequence of doors. Each hour opens into a different atmosphere, different gravity, different psychological weather. Some doors open into intensity, some into clarity, some into diplomacy, some into vision. When your task matches the atmosphere inside the door, progress feels natural. When it doesn't, everything feels heavier than necessary. Let's begin with force and momentum. Mars hours. These are your decisive windows. The air feels sharper. Your tolerance for delay drops. Your instinct to confront rises. This is not the time for overthinking. It is the time for execution. Use Mars hours for high-stakes deadlines, for clearing intimidating backlogs, for difficult conversations that require firmness, for physical exertion, for cutting what no longer serves. If something has been lingering, avoided, mentally negotiated for too long, Mars gives you clean action. Not emotional, not dramatic, direct. Many people misuse this window by trying to be gentle. When the hour demands precision, then frustration builds, because the energy of the hour seeks resolution, not rumination. If you feel sudden courage rising at unexpected times, if you feel an urge to just handle it, check the hour. You may be standing inside a Mars current. Act cleanly. Speak clearly. Decide firmly. This phase tests your relationship with avoidance. The universe is not asking you to fight everyone. It is asking you to stop fighting necessary action. Now shift. Mercury hours. The atmosphere changes. Your mind moves faster. Connections appear quickly. Language sharpens. Patterns reveal themselves. This is cognitive prime time. Use Mercury windows for complex problem solving, coding, contract drafting, strategic planning, high-volume emails and digital correspondence, learning new systems, teaching intricate ideas. If your work depends on clarity of thought, precision of words, or mental agility, Mercury supports you. Trying to do this work in emotionally heavy or physically restless hours drains you. But here, flow accelerates. You'll notice conversations land smoothly. Writing feels cleaner. Information organizes itself. This is not luck. It is compatibility. Right now, many of you are being tested in communication. Not just what you say, but when you say it. Messages sent in misaligned hours create misunderstanding. The same words delivered in Mercury time create alignment. Timing shapes reception. The universe is refining your discernment. Speak when clarity is supported. Draft when precision is available. Wait when mental fog dominates. Restraint is intelligence. Now we widen the field. Not all success comes from force or intellect. Sustainable careers require collaboration, beauty, and vision. Enter the harmonizing forces. Venus hours. The emotional temperature softens. Social intelligence rises. Aesthetic awareness sharpens. This is relational power. Use Venus windows for collaboration meetings. Creative refinement, design work, brand polishing, negotiations requiring grace, repairing strained connections. If Mars cuts, Venus weaves. Trying to force hard confrontation here feels unnatural, but seeking harmony becomes effortless. This hour reminds you, influence is not always loud. Sometimes it is attractive. You don't chase alignment, you embody it. If you've been feeling the need to smooth tension, beautify your work, or reconnect with someone important, Venus is inviting gentle action. The universe is testing your relationship with softness. Can you lead without pressure? Can you persuade without force? Quiet power builds lasting bridges. Now lift your eyes higher. Jupiter hours. The atmosphere expands. Perspective widens. Optimism returns. This is growth intelligence. Use Jupiter windows for long-term planning. Big picture strategy. Pitching visionary ideas. Teaching. Mentorship. Exploring new opportunities. Investments in future expansion. Details matter less here. Direction matters more. If you try to bury yourself in micro tasks, the hour feels wasted. But if you zoom out, momentum builds. Jupiter reminds you that success is not only effort, it is orientation. Where are you heading? What deserves expansion? What is ready to grow? This phase tests your relationship with possibility. Do you think small when the hour invites boldness? Do you shrink when expansion calls? Let yourself see farther. Now step into visibility. Sun hours. Presence intensifies. Confidence stabilizes. Identity clarifies. This is leadership light. Use sun windows for presentations, public speaking, personal branding, high visibility decisions, stepping into authority, owning your role within a team. If you've been hiding your competence, this hour exposes readiness. The sun does not negotiate identity. It radiates it. Trying to stay invisible here creates discomfort, but stepping forward feels natural. You are being asked to be seen, not loudly, not arrogantly, but authentically. The universe is refining your relationship with recognition. Can you accept responsibility without shrinking? Can you lead without ego? Visibility is stewardship. Finally, we ground the structure. Saturn hours. The tempo slows, focus deepens, discipline strengthens. This is foundation time. Use Saturn windows for deep work, rigorous editing, data organization, administrative systems, financial structuring, long-term architecture. These tasks may feel boring, but they build empires. Saturn rewards patience and precision. Rushing here creates errors. Respecting the pace creates permanence. This phase tests maturity. Can you honor structure without seeking excitement? Can you commit without applause? Stability is sacred. And when you align with Saturn, your future self benefits quietly. Now notice what's happening. Your schedule is no longer a list. It is a landscape. Each hour holds a personality. Each task has a natural habitat. You stop forcing mismatches. You start placing wisely. This is how professionals move from busy to effective, from scattered to strategic, from effort to elegance. Something is quietly aligning in your workflow. You are learning the difference between doing more and doing in harmony. In the next chapter, we complete the mastery, structure, authority, sustainability, retrogrades, long-term calibration. Your schedule becomes a living instrument. Settle your breath. You've learned the rhythm. You've seen the architecture. You've mapped the actions. Now we anchor mastery, because insight without structure fades, and timing without discipline dissolves into intention. This chapter is about integration, authority, sustainability, long-term alignment. Let us begin with the force many people resist yet quietly depend on: Saturn, not the dramatic planet, not the glamorous one, but the architect of permanence. Saturn hours are dense with focus. They slow your impulses. They sharpen your standards. They demand maturity. This is where empires are quietly assembled. Use Saturn windows for deep, uninterrupted concentration, rigorous editing, compliance work, financial order, system building, documentation, the administrative foundations most people postpone. These hours are not exciting. They are stabilizing, and stability compounds. If your life feels scattered, if progress feels inconsistent, if your goals expand but your structure cracks, Saturn is calling you back to fundamentals. This phase tests devotion to craft. Can you honor precision when no one is watching? Can you commit to process without immediate praise? The universe is not measuring your bursts of motivation. It is measuring your relationship with responsibility. Saturn teaches legacy through discipline. Now lift gently. Authority does not only come from structure, it also comes from presence. Return briefly to the sun. Sun hours are not about ego. They are about rightful visibility. Use them to assume leadership roles, to present your work, to clarify your identity in professional spaces, to step forward when decisions need a steady center. Many people shrink here. They delay. They defer. But when the sun rules the hour, hesitation creates friction. You are being asked to stand in your place, not louder than necessary, not smaller than deserved. Balanced visibility builds trust. This phase tests your comfort with recognition. Can you be seen without performance? Can you lead without domination? True authority feels calm. Now expand further. Jupiter returns us to scale and opportunity. Jupiter hours are ideal for long-range planning, strategic forecasting, pitching to high-level stakeholders, educational initiatives, investments of time and resources into future expansion. When Jupiter governs, think in years, not hours. This is where vision breathes. If you've been trapped in survival mode, buried in short-term urgency, Jupiter opens altitude. You see patterns. You see pathways. You remember possibility. The universe is testing your relationship with growth. Do you play small when expansion invites you? Do you cling to certainty when opportunity asks for faith? Aligned growth feels grounded, not reckless. Now we address an often misunderstood influence, retrogrades. These are not punishments. They are recalibration cycles. When a planet appears to move backward, its themes turn inward. Communication planets ask for review. Action planets ask for restraint. Expansion planets ask for reflection. Retrogrades slow external momentum to refine internal alignment. This phase isn't about action. It's about correction. If plans stalk, if technology misfires, if conversations loop, pause before pushing harder. Review, reorganize, reconnect. Universe is watching how you respond, not how fast you move. Those who resist retrogrades feel blocked. Those who cooperate feel guided. Delay becomes design. Now we weave everything together. Your mastery schedule is not rigid. It is responsive. Each evening, preview tomorrow's planetary sequence. Notice the rulers. Notice the windows. Assign tasks accordingly. Mars for decisive action. Mercury for precision thinking. Venus for collaboration. Sun for visibility. Jupiter for expansion. Saturn for structure. Moon for reflection. You don't need perfection. Begin with alignment for your most important task. One well-placed action per day creates measurable flow. Gradually, resistance fades. Energy stabilizes. Output sharpens. You stop chasing productivity. You start inhabiting it. Right now, a quiet reordering is happening in your life. You are learning cooperation over force, discernment over urgency, rhythm over rigidity. This is not about controlling time. It is about partnering with it. Let this truth settle. You were never meant to wrestle every hour into usefulness. Some hours prepare you. Some propel you. Some protect you. Honor their nature, and your days will begin to feel guided instead of pressured. So here is your practice. Audit the next 24 hours of your life. Look up your local planetary hours. Choose one task that matters. Place it in its natural window. Observe what changes. Let timing carry part of the weight you've been forcing alone. Alignment is subtle, but its results are undeniable. You are not behind. You are recalibrating. You are not late. You are synchronizing. And once you experience cooperative timing, you will never return to mechanical living. If this message found you at the right moment, honor it. Subscribe to Celestial Insight. Share this with someone who feels exhausted without knowing why. And begin moving with the sky instead of against it. Because mastery is not louder effort. It is wiser timing. This moment will make sense later.